What's good, guys? As a fan of Spider-Man, the matchup that no one has ever thought of is Miles from Across the Spider-Verse versus his Insomniac counterpart to see who would win. But before we get into this video, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button as well, and without a doubt, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, starting up with attack power for Insomniac, from what we know is that in his game, he scales to Rhino, given that before the events of the first game, with Peter even stating that it took him a few weeks to recover, and him being equal to Scorpion. Along with this, he was also able to crystallize giant chunks of salmon, which is calculated to be at 749.7 tons of TNT, or multi-city block level range, which would scale above Electro Smokestack Pete from the first game, as well as he could, with energy absorption, has the potential to vaporize all of Harlem, with it being 3.64 kilometers, which is calculated to be at 484.5 kilotons of TNT, or large town level, on a low end, with a new calculation bringing it up to 410.9 gigatons of TNT, which means he has the potential to level a whole island, which should scale him above Black Suit Peter, who was boosted by the meteorite. However, the Spider-Verse version was able to combat and go toe-to-toe with Kingpin, who was said to be bloodlusted because of Miles turning off the collider. He was also able to disarm Jessica Drew, who scales above Spider-Gwen, who is also stated to be the strongest Spider-Woman in the Spider Society, according to the Spider-Verse producer. He was also able to knock out Peter B. Parker when he first got his Venom Blast, who he was not able to physically break through webs from for hours, being tied up by it, with the web's tensile strength having the potential of exceeding steel, and he was able to harm 2099. For speed, Insom has shown us that he scales to massively hypersonic reaction speeds, which is comparable to Peter, who in the first game can dodge lightning from Electro, who's capable of going at high speeds by making a massive electric field. As for Spider-Verse, he is comparable to Gwen, who was able to keep up with him, as well as Kingpin, who casually caught a web from him with the web shooters in the movie going at Mach 1.33 or supersonic speeds, as well as him outrunning the Spider Society. For strength, we see that Insom has shown that he is capable of fighting a mutated Venom, whose power was increased by the meteorite after getting in contact with it, and we see once again that he is comparable to Peter as well. As for his counterpart, he was able to break free of Kingpin's grip, who is capable of keeping 1610 Spidey restrained, as well as he is comparable to Gwen and Peter, which puts them both at an equal strength. However, for durability, this is where things should be able to scale differently. For Spider-Verse, we see that he was able to tank hits from a bloodlusted Kingpin, who killed 1610 Peter, as well as Doc Ock, and can even tank his own attacks. Not only that, but he was also able to tank the particle collider explosion, which was calculated to be 0.021 tons of TNT, or the small building level range, whereas Insom, from what we've seen, should scale to Peter. So in a one-on-one fight to the death, it would come down to the following things. Najee still has him beat with the fact that he can change his vital electricity at will with that of his evolved Venom powers. So in conclusion, if we ignore the events of Spider-Verse, Insomniac has better striking power and durability than a Spider-Verse counterpart, but accounting for Spider-Verse's appearances, he would be too slow to react to Insom's evolved Venom powers as well as his tech, and wouldn't be able to keep up with him, as well as he has no counter for his Mega Venom Blast. And the only way that Spider-Verse would be able to beat him is by giving him way too much electricity for him to handle, like in the game where he tried to absorb an entire new form reactor to the point where he was about to blow up. But other than that, that is why this fight is not even close. Let me know what you guys think about this, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.